Yane former House of Folk General Manager Edin Komo Mr. JB or far away London. Ho eno wo sisi ye ne no entwetwe nkomo ewa ahoma no so na fe yenhwe ensema hodo a ekoso ewo Accra House of Folk mu ni nyina ne se na otwe awie se House tranye yi a omekwa kopiem ewo Division 1. Hello Mr. JB.
Hello big boss.
Na apom to say
nyame adu bia boko na musto.
Oh nyame adoma hanso boko na London so boko de.
So when there's someone there, you to the client, I'm on fast at barbecue in your man. Until when there.
Okay, nice one. Now, and you ready and sank a sabre, sank you jail, summertime in himself. Oh, you can, like I said, the area bono, shine the mood pa, I think how you do. Now, who money Tagana League, you know?
Very close.
Okay. Now, what will be a Utima Uja Hono, position on what say?
Yeah, so yeah, the home,
and
yeah, I think I put something to this morning. I think when the result didn't go well this weekend. So, as a supporter before being a management member, you are still passionate about the club. So if you resign from your position, you are still a supporter. So obviously you have that passion and that love for the club. So you feel it. You feel it. It's like we are Ghanaian now, but you can pretend when you're Ghanaian. You can't do that. It's impossible.
Oh, okay. Now, ushe position na oson daye mrebi hu se be duru baabi a House of Folk be ba be da sa position we unya ni suade hu bi hu bi say.
I don't know whether to say yes or no because like I said, I was believing things will improve. What I say, when I say the free Mediama, then I'm hoping for Mediama to go down. It's never happened. No one here the second. I could do first. That's my hope. That was my wish. Say, man cause was saying to me, free house. That doesn't mean say I was hoping and wish. No matter what, I was hoping for the club to get to that level that we all wanted. We want to be competitive as a club, and that has been always our organization culture. See, anytime we sink down below 6, then it's big issues from our fans, me and our brand image, so those things all will affect us as a club. So considering saying me a management member and as a former management member, and as a Misansu supporter, there is no way I should even dream of things like this happen to a club that I love and I have passion for.
Why a general manager the ama club no players e wo ho no most of them unim wo mo and a team nan kasa no wo team no problems e wo mu ne nyoma ansa na wo be free na wo say ye ne yi a ebeboa team no say no outside who say problem no pa ene de hene.
Oh, question say the way they ubisamia won say I said nene obi so ye comment go me post bi as say we expect you to tell the public what the problem is. But the question I asked the person is like, you've told your father the problem already, and then you go to the general media, like public, to go and tell them the problem. Once you know that it's only your father who can solve the problem. You understand? So, in terms of that, in the mega say, okay, we are general manager, and I saw who leadership position. I say, who the wage money baby, and I say, who move on to different departments, and as a company there, they will tell you to write a report, right? And whatever I have to share with the board, I put everything on document for them. To me, a report mom who they are need to be improved and things that need to be done. Just a brief report and yet detailed. You see my detailed report it will take about, let's say, 20-30 pages, and you end up writing thesis, right? So it's just an executive summary of some of the basic things. Just go direct. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to do that. These structures need to be put in place. This has to be done here. That one I have to share with the board, not the general public. You understand? So, for instance, once I may resign, my resignation is not about maybe things are not right or this, that. Obviously, the employer as a manager, it means something is not right. That's why they employ you to come and for improvement, right? So, when you say problem, why is it solve? Why is it? So there is no point there that say problem or into catch the general media like the public. No, the public knows it. what they can see external is different from what is inside. You understand? But you have been inside, so when you apply SWOT analysis in every organization, you will find problem. If you go to the FA, you will find problem. If I go to Angel FM now, if I apply it, I will find problem there. You understand? So there is problem everywhere. It's how you manage the problem and how you get it resolved. Difference between identifying problem and difference between solving problem. You understand? So obviously, problems in the club, I was able to channel that to the board. So it's up to the board to next step work towards it. And obviously, there have been previous general managers before my time, or directors or CEO before my time. They've also presented a report. So me catch will be when we face social media. Say, listen, if you're a shareholder, you have the right to go to the board or the directors and tell them you need copy of the report from the former directors of the CEO or general manager from the club, because it is a right, you own a share. But not for me to come and tell you in public, because I have to understand that, hey, we have competitors. My competitors also have the same problem, but they're not coming to general public to tell them. They're trying to solve it internally. You understand? So no matter what, as you asked the first question, I would never, ever wish my club to be down.
Okay.
We always want to be competitive, first to fourth. That's it.
Okay.
There are problems. Every problem you see in Haas, you will see the same problem in Kotoko. You will see similar problem in Olympics. You see the problems goes along. Okay, it boils down straight to even our national team. So there is always a problem in every organization. That one for sure, I can tell you.
Okay, I mean, Busawi said the okay say we recommendation be the my board no na mouth to make recommendations are we here no. Who actually won say omaye the okay say omoye beboa club no. Who say omo aye sa ne omani bi.
Oh, I think I will leave that to the board to make that decision in terms of that. But because I say when you are inside, you see things different. When you are outside, you see things different. There might be some changes taking effect, but it might be slow to reflect outside for you to see as an external person. Now I'm more external, right? Like for instance, when I went there, the players used to sleep some hotel. Okay, I changed that. I said no, they need to sleep a decent hotel. They need to sleep this hotel. We need to make sure that we don't have a lot of people in that hotel, and we need to make sure security is tight for all our home games. All right. So that has never changed. That one, I'm external, but I can see, I can still, I still know about that. What am I say? But you may be internal. No, I'm not internal anymore. Me board meeting, me way, so I cannot tell you that. You understand? It will take a board member, and I say management member, to tell you that. But external things, I can tell you. Say, oh, we say me the two hostile, I think I'm the two on the sanity. What does it? That hasn't changed yet. But I remember say it changed. They lose it too much is big. Sometimes they sign. So I called them and I asked, say, why did you change your hotel? You understand? Because they changed that hotel. I think they need Diana or something, an Olympics or something. So then I was told it is coaches recommendation. I said, okay, fair enough. We are no more working with the organization. We make recommendation because you've had meeting with the players, you know what is happening, and you're trying to resolve this issue. So from that perspective there, when you ask me, I would tell you that it's still there the way I recommended. They changed it a little bit, but they came back again after we lost some 2 games or something. They came back and I told them that, listen, these boys need decent place to sleep. They need sound mind. They don't need a lot of distractions when they go to hotels or to have a relaxed moment. That's why when last I travel abroad, they don't want a lot of journalists there. They don't want distractions. Players need concentration. They need sound mind. You don't want visitors going in and going out, coming with different girls. And sometimes when they travel to play away games, it's quite difficult because you don't have control. But as an organization, you put structures that you can have control there. So we were so lucky that this hotel that we got, it was owned by I think one of the supporters. So we have that full control to avoid people for distracting the players and full concentration, very spacious. Everything was well organized for them in that aspect. So I think before the World Cup, after my appointment, before the World Cup, then that was where I made that recommendation. There's those changes. So we're able to camp the boys there, and I think we won about 3 games and 2 draws before the World Cup. That shoot us to level, I think, fourth on the league. So right after the World Cup, then I have to travel to London. I came back and I have to sort my contract out before I resign.
Okay. So Obika say oka omo oka ho and a house of folk a war position on womb CCA because Oh, yeah, because more creating mess, and because I walk home be a obeja to me say, Oka home a house of folk was a position and wombs is here.
Oh, that one there. I leave it for the judges, for the public to judge it because everything is in open source of information, right? You don't need anybody to tell you. If you go online, you can Google the time I resigned, where we are before I resigned. You understand? And if you have open source of information is still there, you can still talk to players how we were. Even when I was in London, I have Sky recordings when we were having meetings with the players. When I was in London, I have meetings with the players. Almost every game we have meetings. So it is recorded too. So I have it. So I know things that I put in place was working effectively whilst I was there. So for we can say me one honor no my message outside there. It is left to them, but everything is online. It's an open source. You can't run away from it. The truth is there. Before I resigned, where were we and what were we doing? How was the things being done? So I don't want to say because of that I said yeah currently they are no more no more no. Obiani dia the way he operates and how he works. The way I put my structures, I don't sleep. I'm not going to the office or see an air condition to relax. No. If you're my security man, I'm with you on the ground. If you're my technical director, I'm with you on the ground because I want to make sure right things are done. And if you are a communication team, I'm with you. I want to make sure this thing is done right because everything that happens wrongly, it will affect you, the leader. They will not point finger at the person who did it. So I was on in UK, I said, I'm on them, to make sure everything is done properly. If you don't get it right, also be me because me from Ejuma there go. No. Yeah, me from Ejuma there. So for me, before I left, where were we then? It's a me things that I left behind or the recommendations that I made. Not all have been done, but those that they left it and they are still using it, it's working for them, and nobody has complained about that. So there is no way say me and Kasa first from my point of view, they make me say. Like I say, we to make us say, oh no, who now? Like how do they used to use that? They use those words. I don't know how they say.
Unu no huna osre.
It was three, you understand? Like just like when I was in Mediama, we say JBI say at the end when they start saying the result, then they those criticizing keep mute. You understand? But one thing for sure that Mediama kept doing is that they kept some of the things in place, and they have even done more than what I was there in the recommendations I made. You understand? Which I always salute them wherever I am. I always salute them. I call the community and say, "You guys are on top notch. You've done beyond what I was expecting to be." So when I left there, now people go there and say, "Oh, when it kind of branding the stadium and all these things, JB, why are they?" So I'm not the one saying it. You understand? But unfortunately, with Hasselfolk, we didn't come into good terms, like in the complete our negotiating. So that's why I have to just pave way. Because obviously, if you are working, you have your reputation you need to keep. You understand? You have your standard, and you know what you want to achieve. And obviously, if you haven't come into conclusion with what you want, the agreement for you to start working effectively, then there's this service and you're running or step it down. You understand? If you know who you are, you just say, no, this is not for me. I think when you are ready to do this and do that, we are ready to do business. Right?
Okay. Mami Mbusa we mfencha to abusa for ene Mr. Bernard JB ne din komo ye former general manager de ma Accra House of Folk. They be chat to on ye. They say House of Folk supporters no. And some of them kan ye mienu. Yempam Odotei, Yempam Akambi, Odotei Akambi. One sa mpanifo ye aye adwuma. Who said the supporters ne ka no time aso say his royal highness Togbu afede etiase na mpanimfo yi oyi omu sincha na say ono omu ye adwuma won say omu services no oyi omu firi mu enyeyi enti still was here maintain omu but they make an otiase den wouldn't supporters na ya adwene.
Oh, one say it's not make us say we are fan now, like we are supporter. What you see outside is different from what is inside. What I say. So when you get in, it's different. Maybe sometimes I was there 3 months. Then I was hoping that you can grab this person and say, "I'm giving you a position for 3 months. I want to see what you can do." You understand, right? You rely on everybody's experience. Me, security man, I quite remember. I said we have to draft some contract, okay? And then I was insisting, said, "No, we need to put some performance indicators there for the player before we can increase the salary. So then we have to go around it to see how we can make the move, like draft a contract for this player, draft performance indicators for this player before we can increase this contract. Could you believe I involved every department, right? I went to the security, I went to the administrator, I went to the communication, I went to the finance team, everybody. I have to speak to the board. I have to speak to Mr. Akambi. I have to speak to meeting everybody. And so we have played a major role. What I say, the fact say, Abia, specific moments, no, Abia, only have to Abia. Not just say Abia an idea, no, like it's not needed in the class. We should step away completely. But Obiana in the point of but oh, dream of won't say no. Abia now, oh, taggy, Abia Mr. JB, and so be on Ben, no, better tagging me different, right? But obey me, I better say, hey, that guy, Abia. Your match crowd won't across most stadium or only number of pitch panels. You understand? That's the way I work. But if you're not close to me, maybe you be testing me and you judge the person wrongly. You can't say you be saying about the I fall on I think say player work permit. Mr. JB, I'm from London. Me time to Ghana. Who did I fall on? Mr. Akambi. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So once we guys you need like aside completely. Also on the wealth of your even a habitual capital, not any capital. So Obia experience here, maybe some few organizations structure and they will say ready to on in your mind and say, okay, maybe moving forward, this is what we want to achieve, this is how we want to go about it. And then together we work as a team. Because let me throw before we said it's a team game. Obi, yes, like mistake there are other departments. Into me, Omega Chow said, mean that oh yeah, mistake, my first is here as go and do this thing. Because we have to manage all these things. Obi is a slight mistake that they are you as a leader. And to make us say, Obi here, sometimes we need honorable, say honorable, into what you to join it. Not also the idea about me I share. Oh, imagine somebody by me seeing him, here we completely. No, you are going to fall on them at one point or the other. They can't say phobia for life. I also fall on doctor. The experience. And then they share idea kaka. Could you believe it? And now to hold back and say, oh, yeah, time actually. Nemo, I was able to get something from him. For me, I'm learning. And it was a great opportunity to work with everybody. But the most important thing is the organization progress. And they hear me. So anything I obey under my leadership, maybe after the organization progress, then that one, they will tell you, you have problem with me.
Mr. Jabi Adwumre yeda wase any information o de amaye mrepam se bibie ba na ehun behia se bebo aso ye beba na abedi nkobo.
Okay. With the patch yourself supporters no my ba. So time here we have to unite and get out from where we are now. So I say when we get out from where we are, we can go back home and sit back and put things together and work as a team and make sure we get to the apex that we want to get to. This is not the time I like where you say no. You can tell the facts, okay? You can tell somebody like Obi something and say, you expect me to come and tell you in the general public what is wrong in my house? You understand what I'm saying? I have to tell my dad. And if I tell my dad know his own way to get things resolved. So let us unite and get out from where we are. And then together we can sit down with our dad and make sure we work together as a team for the progress of the club. I wish all Phobians all the best.
Who's for any Mr. JB any D in common?